I'm Graeme Stewart. I'm a clinical immunologist at Sydney University, Westmead Hospital and the Westmead Millennium Institute. And I've been involved in MS research for nearly 40 years. MS really runs its course in two phases. The first 10 years, commonly starting in a young woman at the age of 30, is a sequence of relapses and remissions, followed after about a decade by a phase of progressive disease and deterioration. For that first phase, the world now has 8 highly effective drugs that can really change the rate of relapses and the damage that those relapses cause. What we lack are the tools or the tests, we call them biomarkers, to really know which is the best drug for which patient. And world research is already starting to make inroads into that. For that second phase of MS, the world has now formed into an alliance directly researching what causes it and what we can do to treat it. At the moment, it's a major frontier since there are not effective drugs for treating and preventing progressive decline as a result of this disease. That's going to come next. But we are now well placed through international collaboration to ask the right questions and to get the right answers. The Trish Foundation funding is very important, not only because government funding is harder and harder to achieve, but also because the Foundation's funding has allowed scientists in Australia to do things that maybe are just a little off the track, but in the end bring about terrific outcomes. This is an extraordinary time, I think, to be working in MS research. And I say that as one who's been working in the field for nearly 40 years. There isn't a better year than 2015, because at last we are really starting to get the tools that can change the future for people with MS. And we know when you get to that stage, a little bit extra resource investment can result in huge further advances. This is a dreadful disease for many people, not for all, but the world is getting on top of it because of science that goes back, in my experience, into the 1970s, but has accelerated extraordinarily over the last 5 years. Please give the researchers in Australia and around the world the resources to finish the job that they've started decades ago and are getting very much closer to achieving. It's been an extraordinary journey and I feel privileged to have been part of it. It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. I'm absolutely determined to be there on the day that we go down to our MS clinic at Westmead and we say, it's all over, we've found the cure. Everyone tonight can help bring that day sooner.